Alright guys, supper is all finished up and I gotta say, I am definitely stuffed. I had asparagus, mushrooms, onions, tenderloin, fried rice with chicken. I can't even remember everything I ate. Boomer stuffed as well. He had a bit of the tenderloin that was unseasoned, as well as some chicken fried rice and his dog food. So we are patiently awaiting this rain that is supposed to bless us this evening. The skies are total gray out. The temperature has dropped significantly. I'm wearing a sweater and I can even feel a little bit chilly like that, just kind of bumping around here. The winds are picking up. Um, it's looking pretty gloomy out here, so fingers crossed we actually get that rain. The heat from the fire is definitely nice right now. So I've got a load of firewood around the fire pit. Some of it is not totally dry, so hopefully that'll dry it out, and the drier stuff is underneath the table. So we're going to try and dry the wet stuff and burn that before the dry stuff, if that makes any sense. It is quite a bit colder out than I thought it was going to be, so I have an option tonight of staying warm. Three options, realistically. I could just get underneath the down duvet and be totally warm and comfortable all night long. Or I can flip that off, because I am going to be watching a movie later on, and basically lounge in my pajama pants and either A, light the wood stove, or B, turn on the diesel heater. The wood stove sounds just like the campfire, which is awesome. The diesel heater does not sound like the wood stove. It's a little bit more annoying, but I fall asleep to it no problem. So it is definitely still cold enough here towards the end of June in Cape Breton to light that wood stove. So I don't know. I may light it a little later on, crack the door open. I do have a bug zapper that I can hang inside, so if any mosquitoes come in, it'll probably be their last little visit. And basically stay comfortable that way. So a few options for this evening, but right now Boomer and I are basically going to chill out right here, relax in front of the campfire for just a little bit, and kind of just take in the sights and sounds. So supper was good, guys. Let's enjoy this campfire. All right, everybody, we're just climbing inside of the van right now, and the campfire's still crackling away outside. The doors are wide open right now. You can actually see the campfire, which is pretty awesome. And I will say it is cold out, so it's probably pushing about 15 degrees Celsius. It's not cold like winter cold. It's just, it is uncomfortably cold if you were to sit out there with no fire. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is inside of the van, I don't think I'm going to need heat with all the doors shut. So I do have the curtains in the front of the van that I can close. The curtains in the back are going to get closed as well. And we have loads of winterized sleeping gear still here in the van. Basically going to be a very, very cozy night's sleep without the wood stove and without the diesel heater. However, I probably will bump on the diesel heater early in the morning just for 10 minutes, just to blow some hot air inside my pants, my shoes, just those creature comfort little things, and then shut it off. Peel the curtains open, jump outside, and continue the morning from there. So, just jumping in here. My shoes are still down there. I'm still in my outside clothing. I got sap all over my pants. I got to get changed out of this stuff, get out of my sweater, and basically get comfortable for the evening. So I'm basically going to wrap this up for tonight. Boomer is just about ready to go to sleep, and I am definitely tired out. So I'm going to get the curtains shut, get my phone holder up, watch some Netflix here with the Bluetooth speaker, nice and loud, watch that campfire, and basically turn in for the evening, guys. So I'll catch up with you first thing in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful, foggy, misty, wet, rainy morning out here today. So it rained early this morning and very late last evening. The awning is still pooled with large puddles of water, and the rain is actually just starting to fall again right now. You guys listen very carefully. You might be able to hear that very fine rain on the van end up on the awning, and I actually have to move back in because I'm getting rained on. So this morning we're doing things very simple. Boomer's got his dog food. He had a little bit of dried strawberries. I've got oatmeal with granola. I put in coconut shavings, mixed nuts, a little bit of chocolate, dried strawberries, peanut butter, and I think that's about it. Definitely a trail snack today, and an espresso to kick things off, just to mix it up. You know, coffee's great. I like my espressos as well, so have some fun while we got the van carrying all this extra gear, right? So finally got my rain, although most of it came while I was asleep, to be honest. But who knows, while we're here this morning, we might get dumped on, we might not. So I'm gonna wake up and enjoy my oatmeal, chilling out here in this beautiful, beautiful misty forest with all these songbirds out too. So the songbirds are chirping away, and it's definitely a good vibe out here. So cheers, everybody. Good morning. Alright guys, just starting the pack up process, and I just want to touch on this espresso maker for just a moment because I actually remember a couple videos back when I used this, somebody asked me about it. So this is basically a single serve espresso maker. It's from GoPamount. No, this is not sponsored. As I've mentioned plenty of times before, I do not do that crap on my channel. No affiliate links, no promo codes, none of that. I'm not a salesman, I'm an outdoorsman. I just want to touch on this really quickly though to the individuals who did ask me about it, because I have two different units. This one is from GoPamount. This one does not heat the water. You have to heat the water, put it in, and then pump it through. The other one that I use, I can't recall the brand, but if you do a double tap on the button on that model, it actually does heat it up and then brew the coffee. Or you can basically pour in hot water and do it that way. So these little things are quite handy actually. Comes in the bag with all the little tampers and the scoops and the charge cable and all that stuff. It's USB-C charge, just packs up small. It's not a huge coffee maker, it's an espresso maker, so it works really great, guys, honestly. I mean, I keep one in the van, I keep one in the truck, and kind of whenever I pull over a rainy day, I can put it on the dash of my truck, I can get outside of the truck, whatever, if it's raining, windy, and make up a quick espresso. So I haven't used this one in quite a while, and I just want to touch on that to those individuals who did ask me about it. This one does not heat the water. So with that said, I do have a few things to get packed up. The fire pit still needs to be packed up. The table, I got a couple dishes here and there. The firewood, I'm actually just going to stack off to the side because I will be returning here, as well as many other people do come here because there's access to the lake, which we can hear the loons out across the water, which is pretty awesome. I've got a couple lights here, and then the biggest task is the awning. So this is the Rhino Rack Batwing awning 270. I mentioned this in a previous video. If you go back to the video just before this, I was out Jeep camping, and I was using a different awning. So this is from Rhino Rack, and this is the awning that I was talking about that my wife and I had major problems with. The very first time I took it out, the wind actually, a very, very gentle breeze, grabbed it and flipped the whole thing over. It snapped the plastic buckle, it bent the pole. It comes with pieces to repair it. I did repair it, but it's never been straight or back to original shape since then. It's very light, it's flimsy. There's a lot of plastic parts on it here and there and stuff like that. And then the zipper on the bag broke, and there was only one zipper pull. So I have since actually fixed that myself. I cut a zipper pull off of a sleeping bag at home and ran it through the track. I managed to get it fixed, and then I just took a needle and thread and stitched up the end of the zipper so it cannot fall off the track anymore. And I mean, it's working right now, but I still don't recommend it. The one that I was using on my Jeep in the last video, I'm going to be buying again. They're expensive, but I'm going to be purchasing it again because I know it is built like a tank and it works. So this one will be remaining here for the time being. I'm not sure when we're going to swap it out. I have been in contact with Rhino Rack and Hitchweb, and it seems like they're going to send out a new one, so who knows, we might put the new one on the van, give it a boot, see if it works even better than this one. We'll see, but just wanted to touch on that as well. So I'm going to continue with the pack up process, get all this stuff packed away, and hopefully the awning will go packed up very quickly because the rain is starting to come in. Alright guys, just pulling the stakes out of the ground on this awning. This thing's really testing my patience. So, as I mentioned earlier, I hate doing this, talking about products. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of plastic parts on this awning. So, it's raining, I'm trying to get this thing taken down, and go and pull on the leg to dislodge these pegs, which most awnings have metal feet, and the peg goes through. It's all connected as one piece. Well, with the Rhino rack, it popped out. So the plastic piece with the pegs are in the ground. It's wet. I'm getting rained on. And I'm just trying to get this out of the ground, and then I'm gonna put it back on. It's almost like this awning was designed by like a group of children. I mean, a press fit piece of plastic, not even a screw in the bottom to hold it secure to the leg, just a press fit. What do you think is going to happen when you pull that leg when this is anchored in the ground and you have to pull on it to get the pegs out? Because if you don't put the pegs all the way in the ground, this awning will go for a ride up and over the van like a big wind sail. And yes, I do have experience with that. So, enough of that. This thing's getting packed away, and I'll catch up with you guys in just one moment. Alright, you guys can hear that loon way off in the distance. That is probably the only thing keeping me calm right now. I should retitle this video Curse of the Rhino Rack Awning. This is kind of where it gets to, and then it's extremely difficult to pack away from here. So I'm not going to film this part because there's going to be a lot of select language and probably some plastic casualties. Boomer's hacking up a piece of grass, I think. So I'm going to pack the awning away really smoothly and professionally without getting worked up. And then I'll be right back. Alright, so it is the same calendar day as when this video started, so that's good. Gonna get the wood piled off to the side, and I think we're just about ready to get the van turned around and get out of here. Alright everybody, I've got the van packed up and warming up right now. So Boomer's inside getting dried off. He is totally soaked, and the van is a total gong show in there. It needs to be cleaned, vacuumed, washed, everything is just crazy. So to touch on a few things that I believe I forgot in part 1 and in part 2 is we did go ahead, my wife and I, and paint the outside of the van. We used rafter liner, bed liner paint. It took me about 9 liters to spray the entire van, and it is absolutely durable. This is not the first vehicle I've done this to, so I know how to spray it. If you were looking at doing this, I would definitely practice on a piece of scrap metal or whatever, just to get the pattern down, because it is expensive paint. So we did bed line the entire van. It is dirty, filthy right now, but absolutely durable, and we're loving it. So the refrigerator is plugged in. I also added 2 12-volt plugs up in the front of the van and a couple USB plugs here and there just to update the system. That way you can plug the refrigerator in and have an actual readout of how many watts it's putting out. That way the battery doesn't die in the van while it's parked. And we'll be doing a whole video, a walkthrough on the van where it is now, as opposed to where it was a couple of weeks ago, because a few things have changed. So with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to wrap it up right here, get this van turned around and get out of here and head home, edit this, and then back out on another adventure once again. So peace out, guys. Catch you in the next video.